Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries of all ages, welcome to How to Make a Literal Cat in Your Favorite RPG. I hope you're not here to learn how to do character creation the right way, because this is the Cat Creation Podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name's Joel.
I am another one of your hosts. My name is Avalon.
Hey, Avalon, have you ever felt like doing a crossover episode with another podcast?
Yeah, but like a crossover with what?
I don't know, just like doing some crossover fan fiction with another podcast.
Oh, yeah, I love fan fiction, you know? I've written some fan fiction. I've read way more fan fiction.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this about you.
I have an unreleased Destiny fan fiction that I will probably not show the world.
See, I have exactly one experience with fanfiction. I read a Chell x Wheatley fanfic to impress a girl, and it didn't work.
What? That didn't work?
It didn't work.
I can't believe it. Well, you know what? Then she just wasn't the right gal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she was not. Anyway, we do actually have a guest to help us do our crossover episode.
Oh my gosh. Who is this guest?
It's points to that corner over there where the guest chair is.
Hello. I'm Riley. I'm Riley Hopkins. I use any and all pronouns. I have written a lot of fan fiction over the course of the last 2 years. I am filthy in the fan fiction minds.
Just two, huh?
I've got everything you need. I've got your Shadow the Hedgehog on the Infinity Train. I got the Shadow Hedgehog Amy Rose. Got Shadow the Hedgehog Aerith Gainsborough. Whatever you're looking for, really, I think I have you covered on the Shadow the Hedgehog front.
Okay, just the Shadow the Hedgehog front, though. No,
well,
Tails or Knuckles stuff.
No, once we start going from there, that's when I start really branching out into the How familiar are you with the Neo The World Ends With You?
I've not played it.
Yeah, same. I've not played it.
A, game's very good. B, once you've played it, come to me for all your Shoko Sakurane needs.
Okay, good to know.
Got it. Do I have to have finished The World Ends With You? Because I tried and I just couldn't.
I also have never played the original Twooey. I've never played the original World Ends With You. I only went to Neo Twooey, but I really, really liked it. It probably hits harder if you've played the original one, but the new one really does a good job. Does all my favorite stuff as far as like, hey, you are in a world that already exists. Here's a new cast of characters. We're having a good time. Oh, look, is that a guy I should recognize? And I always say, like, if you can hang, then cool. Like, if a game goes like, you know this guy, I go, sure, man. Yeah, I know that guy. Sounds about right.
Whatever you tell me, game.
You're the storyteller here. I'm just in my office, Doc.
Yeah. I mean, hey, sometimes games that are the first entry in their series will just be like, hey, you know this guy.
And you have to be like, yeah.
Yep, I do now. You're absolutely right. While we're in this safe space in the morning, I need to turn and ask, what part of Destiny? Who are we writing about?
So it was actually an OC of mine.
Hell yeah.
I had an OC resurrected shortly after the Dark Age.
Okay.
During the building of the initial, like, last city.
Sick.
Except he's stranded in the middle of, like, the Americas.
Oh, okay.
Because he can't find a jump ship. So it's just him and his ghost, just, like, basically teaching him how to be a guardian. And he just, like, keeps fucking up because he doesn't know how to manifest his powers.
That's awesome. That rules. That rules.
I set it up kind of like a Western, but just with, I don't know, not really going from town to town, just like from encounter to encounter, essentially, trying to find any mode of transportation that will help him get around the globe and maybe off planet.
That's tight as hell. That absolutely rules.
Thank you.
Anyway, so, Riley, while we got you here, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, your podcasting/TTRPG experience, or whatever other qualifications you feel you might have to be on a cat creation TTRPG podcast?
Yes, absolutely. To start with, let's hit the basics. My whole shit is that cringe is dead. You do not need to be afraid of being cringe. That is just what that is. To cringe is to be human. You are having a good time doing the thing you like, and everything I do is based around that ethos. I have made a game called Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined, which recently had Interstitial 2nd Edition. The 2nd edition of that game, which is, what if that game was good? A bold question I dare to ask. But I got into game design in 2018 because I realized there wasn't a good Kingdom Hearts tabletop game, and I was like, well, I should fix that. Then with all the confidence, all the unearned confidence of someone who is checks notes, like was like 26 at the time, decided to try to swing at that. And frankly, I think I did a pretty good job. And then 2E is just the better version of that. But that being aside, I'm also a podcaster and entertainer. I have been podcasting for probably 12 years now, which is absurd.
Oh, wow.
And I do actual play podcasts at Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, where I and my amazing friends tell fan fiction inspired stories, such as the one hinted at earlier, Interstitial Infinity. That is a game of Interstitial, the game we are going to be talking about a little bit, we'll get into later, on the Infinity Train. And so we have Shadow the Hedgehog, which if you know, Avalon, do you know the Infinity Train?
Oh, yes. I watched Infinity Train because there was a lot of hype building around it, and then as soon as I finished it, they canceled it.
Yes. Well, fear not.
I didn't learn about it until after they canceled it, and it inspired me not to watch it.
Heartbreaking.
It's so good.
It is very good. I will tell you, the ethos of RATAF, Riley Hopkins, Their Amazing Friends, is take stories that corporations own and do something more interesting with them. Because if we don't, who will? So we take the setting of Infinity Train, and in that put Shadow the Hedgehog, Audrey Jensen from MTV Scream, Shigeo, Mob Psycho Kageyama.
Oh my gosh.
Trish Una from JoJo Part 5, and Alphonse Elric, just to start with the first 5 characters of the party. And we set them on that little journey there. And I think that season bangs. We're currently doing a Zelda season where we built our own Hyrule and are telling a story in that. We've done a sequel series to Dragon Ball Super. It's just fanfic podcasting. It's doing it with your whole chest and just loving it.
God, that sounds incredible.
I love it, but I'm biased. I'm also on Binary Break, a Digimon actual play podcast on a custom Digidice system. I am also on the podcast Minds There, but for the grace of Pod Go We, and Never Believe It, a Naruto D-Watch podcast.
D-Watch?
I'm so glad you asked. What if you watched only the filler of Naruto?
Oh my gosh. No, that sounds exactly like something I'd do.
So like the entire second half of the original run?
Yeah. It's we're skipping anything that isn't listed as filler, and from there, figuring out what the true meaning of Naruto is.
From just okay. I think you could do it easily. You know?
Listen, we've might have gone off book a little bit, but I think we landed in somewhere that was very nice. I could sit here and list podcasts I've done or have been part of for a very long time. Basically, go to moonshotpods.com or goodfuckingpodcasts.com and you will find access to most of the shit that I do.
Hell yeah.
Nice. So, yes, the game that we're talking about today on this show is Interstitial 2nd Edition. So, would you like to tell us... Yeah, I know you've talked a bit about it in your introduction, but would you like to introduce the game specifically?
Absolutely. I sat trying to figure out how to describe this game for a very long time because 2E is trying to be less Kingdom Hearts. I know the Steamboat Willie diving to the heart in water is going to kind of, on the cover, is going to tell you otherwise, but I promise you, we're trying to be a little less Kingdom Hearts and more fan fiction. Interstitial encourages you to play with your toys, take characters from media you enjoy, relive multi-fandom RP days, and be your most indulgent self. In its themes, Interstitial is a game about the connections between people, the impact of changing relationships, and the power of friendship. Cringe is dead. You're free now. In short, this is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, 2d6 system, and it centers around the link system. The idea is when you meet somebody, when you come up with somebody, you make one of 4 connections with them. A light link, which is friendship, rivals, romantic interests. A dark link, which is enemies, haters, distrustful family members. Mastery links are teachers and students, and heart links are who you see yourself reflected in, whether you think of that consciously or not. You build these links over time, and then those become your stats. Those becomes things you can spend on moves to reroll, kind of like a string in Monster Hearts, but it's less suggestive in that way. It's going, the power between these two people is connective. They don't need to be shared. Goku has a light link with Vegeta, and Vegeta has a dark link with Goku, but there are different levels of them, and they pile up from there. The whole thing is based around fanfic. So it's meant to be a Shag and Scoob style. Look at this mess of freaks right here. Like, look at who I've gathered together. If you ever ask somebody, what's your interstitial party like? And they've played interstitial, they'll give you the most absurd list of characters by going like, Cassandra Pentagast from Dragon Age, Rapunzel, we're going to go Hamlet, Takayuki Sora, and Pearl from Steven Universe. And it's like, okay, there you go. Yeah, that's a crew.
Yeah, that makes sense. Totally tracks.
But yeah, I play it for a lot of stuff. Played it for 3 years over on the Interstitial AP podcast, which then switched to Rataf. And it is I am obviously biased. I think 2E is in its truest form, and it sings, it pushes. And to kind of talk about one of the favorite things about the book is, do you remember when you would play Jack 2 or Jack 3 and you could go and change your character model to Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank? Or like in Shovel Knight or in Hollow Knight when you could get the shovel and have Dead Cells, you can get Hollow Knight weapons or Shovel Knight weapons, and they change how you interact with the game.
Yeah.
In this, we have everything is interstitial, which is made by other designers to emulate their games. If you scroll to the very bottom of this fucking book, you will see books like The Armor Astir, written by Briar Sovereign. The book layout changes, and this is pages from Armor Astir by Briar Sovereign. The Beak, Feather, and the Bone. The Street Magic, The Alone, and the Celestial Body. And this is the truest form of interstitial to me, where other designers have just ripped out their games, kind of hostilely taken over interstitial, and placed their things here. It kills. It rips. I love it.
Nice. Thank you. So, before we actually get started making a character, which I have some notes on as well, because I listened to Infinity and also was a backer for second edition on Kickstarter.
Thank you.
So I've given this a bit of thought as well.
I am excited to hear. I guess I didn't talk about my cat bona fides. I like cats. In sentence. I'm excited to hear where your thoughts are here, because Interstitial is a very open game. Ostensibly, you could play any kind of cat. You could have a whole warrior cat set up here, and no one could stop you.
Oh my god, that would be incredible. We do have a warrior cat's cat, so
we do. We played Warrior's Adventure Game on the show.
Let's go.
Neither of us actually played or read Warrior Cats as kids, but Avalon has a friend who recommended that we do it, and so we did.
I'm fist pumping. Incredible. I also was not a Warrior Cat kid, but I know of their work. I know of their oeuvre.
I've seen the entire section in libraries of just Warrior Cats books.
Lousy with the thing.
I actually don't think I've ever seen a Warrior Cats book somehow.
Really? There are a ton and they are everywhere.
That will change now.
See, my local bookstore never carried them. I never found out where they were in Barnes & Noble whenever I went to one. And my middle and high school library, I don't think carried a single copy.
Avalon, it's your job now to mail copies of Warrior Cats to their home.
Yeah, Joel, be prepared for a 300-pound shipment. And that'll be one of 17.
Man, the only shipment I have for you, I don't even know if it's 2 pounds.
That's all right. Easier
shipping and handling.
Yeah, shipping and handling.
It just doesn't seem like an equivalent exchange. One capture card for hundreds of books.
And some may say that you're getting off easy just getting hundreds of books.
Yeah.
I don't even have anywhere to put hundreds of books is the problem.
Hey, you better start looking. You better start figuring that out.
I'll send you them via PDF, 1 page per email.
Oh, cool. I was meaning to get extra hard drives anyway.
Opening up Hoopla. Do you have Warrior Cats PDFs?
Anyway, before we actually get started on the game, our show has some rules that we need to follow that supersede the game's rules.
Absolutely.
These are our cat creation rules. They are the rules that ensure that we stay on target, on brand, and dare I say it, on cat.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the first episode I said that in, but I heard it back on the recording and I thought, man, I need to keep saying that.
I think you've said it for the past few, at least.
That's the thing. I've been doing it for a while now, and I've just realized I've never acknowledged that I've been doing it for a while now.
That's the magic of it. It's just right. It fits there.
Joel, you don't have to acknowledge every bit you do.
But how will people know if they're a bit?
Oh, I can keep a bit going, trust me. I've told this story. It's up on my YouTube channel.
Oh, wait, you put that story on your YouTube? I gotta watch that again.
Alright, anyway. Before Avalon gets sidetracked on my YouTube channel, let me get started here. Rule number 1 is we accept no cop-outs. We're making a cat, which is the exact animal that comes to mind when I say the word. No anthropomorphic races, no people turned into cats, no lions, no tigers, no Sonic OCs, or any other cop-out you can imagine.
Sorry, Big the Cat, you're not welcome here.
Blaze the cat, do not enter.
Blaze the cat. Rule number 2 is we cannot use homebrew/house rules. If the rules in the rulebook don't explicitly allow us to do something, we count it as a rule broken.
Rule number 3, if the game includes stats for a literal cat, those must be used or adapted to the game's character sheet. There's not, this is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. I don't think there's stats. Is there?
Well, okay, so there are stats. The stats are your links. The light link, the dark link, the heart link, and the mastery link. So those will be on there. We have to choose who this cat knows and what their relationship with them is. And there is a character sheet. I will post it. So that way we have access. I'm keeping you true.
We do have access to the standard playbooks.
Okay. Gotcha. And I guess this is the thing I wanted to ask as well. It says official expansion. There is recently on itch.io a Interstitial 2E playbook jam that has 90 playbooks in it.
That's got to be considered homebrew content by our standards, I think.
Yeah.
I understand. I think that's valid. I simply wanted to put it on the table and say, if you were looking for if you were like, I just don't think we can make a cat out of this, which I don't think we'll run into. I'm just posting the link to the 92 games, the 92 playbooks in this jam. One of which is, if I could pick it, I would, is I believe just the Rover.
Oh, I was thinking the Meow Meow.
The Meow Meow could work. The Rover's literally, you're not human, you're not even one of those funny looking guys that can talk or look human either. You're just an animal. It's just straight up. It is straight up pet. Boom. There it is.
Nice.
If we're getting into homebrew, Dice Problems has this locked.
Oh god, I'm scrolling through these a bit, and there are so many good ones. The character, but transgender, and then the hawk are my two personal favorites. It's just a picture of Tony Hawk.
It's killer. They do good work out there. The people.
I recently did a stream where I made different VTubers as Monster of the Week playbooks. I gotta do an Interstitial edition some point.
You understand. You understand.
All right. Cat creation rules. Back on track.
Yes, sorry.
No, you're good. Where were we at? Rule number 4? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rule number 4 is the character, class, background, playbook, job, what have you, must exist in the game's core rules or as part of an official expansion. We cannot use homebrew classes. They don't exist.
Yeah, sorry. So that's the whole jam out the window right there.
That's okay. There it goes. I see it. I salute it. Goodbye.
Rest in peace, jammers.
Rule number 5. The cat can learn any skill available to its class, even if it's not something a cat could normally be trained to do.
Awesome. Great.
Now, in this case, I don't think that's going to be relevant, considering we're just taking a cat with whatever skill it has and applying that to the concept in a playbook, but...
Now, hey, we'll get into that.
Okay.
All right. Rule number 6 is, if a tool would be physically impossible for a literal cat to use, even if comically downsized for them, they cannot use it.
So a cat couldn't use a gun.
A gun or a wand or, dare to say, a staff.
Now, if you listen to episode 8, you may remember a certain cat gun, but... That was a special circumstance.
Yes.
The cat was an engineer.
Okay. And where does the Liger Zero the Liger Zero Panzer fit into all this? I guess that's number 1. That's a cop out. Liger Zero is a cop out. Never mind. I understand.
Yeah. Also, I don't get that reference.
It's a Zoid. It's a mech show that was pretty bad, but it was all animal robots. And they're the coolest robot designs I've ever seen in my life. And the Liger Zero had 3 forms, the Schneider, the Jaeger, and the Panzer. And the Panzer was what if this big cat that was nothing but missiles. It's one of my favorite robots of all time. Just straight the fuck up.
Nice.
I think this is the platonic ideal of cat robot. Eat your heart out, Voltron.
Oh my gosh.
And an important note is like all of that, like you see, like, yeah, you're like, oh, cool, yeah, that's a couple missiles on there. All of those little like green things on him do open up to make more missiles.
I'd love that for him.
That's a lot of missiles.
Missile making machine.
I love you, Liger Zero. I love you, Liger Zero. Call me on Friday when you're free, Liger Zero.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is a lot of missiles on him. Oh my god.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear if I ever saw one.
You're so goddamn right.
Truly. Can we make Plasma Snake in this game?
Oh no. Absolutely. I believe they'd be the other. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand that reference. Maybe one day.
Not if you're lucky.
Let me read Rule 7 for us real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If a character sheet has a section that is meant to be filled out in collaboration with the whole table, we leave that blank so potential players can make it fit the group that they're playing with.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And finally, rule number 8 is we have to keep track of every rule that we break.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
All right.
Now, with that out of the way, I have taken it upon myself to do some research on a few cats that I feel like follow our rules and are also fictional characters that would work in this game.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, we have Oliver from Oliver and Company.
Okay.
We have Snowbell from Stuart Little.
Okay.
Garfield.
Okay.
And I had one more. Yes, Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers.
Oh man,
these are
I'm
very
trying to remember.
Good. Here, I'm also right now just sidestepping, just showing some work. There's some dogs on this list, and I'm super sorry about that. Here's a bracket of a bunch of fictional cats and dogs, and there are some cats on here that I think would match your kind of layout.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Mr. Tinkles from Cats and Dogs.
Man, I forgot about cats and dogs.
Yeah, I considered Heathcliff, but he stands on his hind legs.
He does. He stands on his hind legs. He walks around. He buys ham. He does not count for our purposes here.
No.
Now, is your goal, you want to say this is how we stat Garf, this is how we stat O'Malley, or do you want a vaguer overall cat? Do you want to be like, any cat could fit in on this one? This is the playbook that is most cat, or we want to be like,
how did I forget O'Malley?
You have him listed. He's in the list. He's here. I'm looking at him. He's above Mr. Tinkles and below Garfield.
I didn't read it out loud. My bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Would Salem the cat count from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Ooh.
No. Salem is a human turned into a cat.
Oh, that's
Good point.
true.
Good
or
point.
a goblin disguised as a cat.
You're so right. I am sorry. I'm sorry. That's on me. Okay? That's on me.
So, I think we would have potentially, I don't know what playbook any of these would go through. I'm just going to say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we would have the most fun potentially working with either Snowbell, Oliver, or Garfield.
Okay.
Ooh, this is such a tough choice. Garfield is just so iconic.
He's got that cross appeal, you know what I mean? He's like, he's who you put on the tin of this thing.
But also, he's very lazy and eat lasagna. That's like the traits that we have for him. Though he does have 2 easy links.
He does have 2 easy links.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has 3 easy links. He also is like, he's very irritable. He's well known for his popular phrase from his cartoon. We're all going to say it at the same time. People like that Mondays. Should be drug out into the street and shot.
What?
I think we said different things.
Oh yeah, here, hold on. No, I have this on my Garfield soundboard. Don't worry.
People who sing like that should be drug out into the street and shot.
That's a Garfield quote from the Garfield television show.
The only thing I know about the Garfield television show is the 4-minute long clip where they keep referencing a crappy chase scene where they run into the fruit stand cart. And they bait it for 4.5 minutes, and then finally the fruit stand cart just blows up.
That's awesome. I didn't know about that.
It's so bad. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he says that in the show.
I think Garfield does have stuff we could work with. I would have to look up more about Snowbell. I'd have to process more information about her. I assume she's kind of like
Snowbell is a man.
Oh, then in that case, we have to learn more about him. I know not enough about Snowbell, but I'm ready to take on this information. I'm ready to learn and approach it. I assume that he's kind of, what if a cat was evil, since he's in the Rat Talks movie?
Actually, Snowbell is one of the good cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Sort of.
If you want to what if a cat was evil, Mr. Tinkles is definitely your pick.
Yeah.
He's an evil genius mastermind.
It says Snowbell's the main antagonist of Stuart Little. What do you mean Snowbell's not evil? I see Snowbell on the villains wiki.
Okay, so here's the thing.
If you Google Snowbell, the second result is villains wiki.
See, I know that, but
he just hates Stuart Little.
See, that's the thing. Snowbell was an only child, and then they adopted Stuart. And so there's some resentment there, some growing pains in their relationship. But ultimately, when Stuart's back is against the wall at the end of the movie, Snowbell is there for him.
Mm-hmm. So like an anti-hero type deal.
So a real
Sort
Punisher, like Jason Todd over here.
Real Punisher.
Again, like, it's not really. It's just it's the older brother who is not getting as much attention from the family now that there's a younger brother, and the resentment that builds from that.
Yeah.
Monty made fun of Snowbell and unwittingly provoked the cat into attacking and trying to kill Stuart, though Snowbell failed and fell into a trash can instead.
Yes, that did happen.
Typical Snowbell.
There's a whole section for villainous acts.
Yeah, they trapped him in a washing machine, a few other things.
Oh my god.
Avalon, thank you for opening up the Villains Wiki here, so we can kind of get into what I'm being told is the hero of Stuart Little.
In the novel, he was ready to slaughter Stuart Little and Margot, and he didn't care about their safety. It was implied that either Snowbell or one of his friends slaughtered Margot.
They're putting slaughter all over here. He hired Smokey to crucify Stuart? He hired Smokey to crucify Stuart? This is your man?
See, okay. The movie and the book went drastically different directions.
Now that I believe.
Again, Snowbell did ultimately side with his family.
Yes. And that I commend him for.
Commend him. Hey, listen, we have to allow people who've done some wrongs to come back if they show they want to train, they want to get better, they want to make amends for crucifying Stuart Little.
If you haven't seen this movie, you should watch it.
It's a good
Hugh
watch.
Laurie is the dad.
Oh, I forgot.
It's a good movie.
I
forgot Dr. House is in this.
In the novel, Snowbell is a malevolent and manipulative villain who's prepared to find a way to kill Stuart and Margot that won't endanger his status as the family's pet. But yeah, here we are. In the first film, Snowbell disliked Stuart at first and then figured it out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I wonder who wrote that book. I wonder if it was Snowbell or Stuart.
The book was written by a certain E.B. White.
E.B. White. Googling.
Very popular children's novelist
Okay.
of his time.
Gotcha.
Also did Trumpet of the Swan, and Charlotte's Web was E.B. White, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to offer a formal apology to our audience. I know literally nothing that happened in the first half of this episode had anything to do with character creation, and for that, you know what? No, I'm not sorry. It was funny.
I think it was funny, and I think it was so worth it.
It is.
When a game's a little light on character creation, you gotta make the most of it. And I think we did well with that.
Avalon, I'm just going to tell you right now, I already timed this out. The mid-roll is going to take place right before we start character creation.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That recording was a lot. We talked about so much stuff that was not making a literal cat.
I was fighting for Snowbell's life. That's the last thing our audience heard, actually.
Well, I think they'll probably hear more of it once we're done, but we got to get through some show notes first.
Yeah.
Number one being, if you like the show and you want to see more of us online or around anywhere, you can go to our website at badgertrove.com/literalcatpod. You see a bunch about the show there. You'll see socials, episodes, fun stuff like that.
Yeah, all the important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are our dear listener, John's friend, Terry, listening in his passenger seat, you can go ahead and just type that in on your phone right now so that you can get a link and, add it to your own podcast watch list.
Yeah.
To be clear, this is the John who's driving a 2005 Ford F-150, the blue one.
Oh, okay, the blue one. I thought you were going to say the gray one, but...
Nah. Sorry, I'm trying to do a very specific called shots again. I feel like it's been forever since we've done one of those.
Probably because none of them have paid off yet. But this one, for sure. Is there even
one of these days?
Is there even anybody out there named Terry anymore? I don't think so.
The last guy that was famous for being called Terry is still alive, right?
Terry Crews?
Yeah. No one likes him anymore, but he's still alive.
True. If your name is Terry and you're listening to this podcast right now, let me know. I got it.
And if you're the Terry who's sitting in the passenger seat of a blue Ford F-150 right now, then we got you. We got your number. You're legally obligated to download the podcast now.
Yes.
Welcome, new listener.
Something all other listeners are now legally obligated to do is rate and review us. Come on.
Hey, Avalon, do you want to waste our legal obligation on the rating and review? We could use that for cat pictures when it comes to the email.
Oh man, you're so right, actually. All right, lawyer, strike that last one. Okay, so you're not legally obligated to, but we would really appreciate it if you were to rate and review the show.
It would really help us out.
Yes. Rate, review, and honestly repost. If you say you like this episode of the show a lot, go over to our Blue Sky and tell us in the comments, like, hey, this episode was fire.
Yeah.
Repost it to your friends there.
Or, if you drive a blue F-150, you gotta tell a friend, specifically your friend Terry.
Terry's looking real uncomfortable in that passenger seat right now.
Yeah, that's the whole reason for this car ride, buddy. Sorry to tell you.
All right. But yes, a repost or comment would help a lot on the apps, but on the podcasting apps, rating and reviewing pushes us out to people who don't already know about the show or aren't already in our circle, so to speak. And it helps.
Yeah, really does help. You know what else helps us, though, is when you send us emails to our email account, literalcatpod@gmail.com, specifically pictures of your cats, which, as we mentioned earlier, is actually a legal obligation.
Yes.
If you don't do this, we will starve and die, and you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want to see two funky content creators starve and die, do you?
From lack of cat pictures?
Yeah, this is something that you guys can all collectively help us with. Please send us pictures of your cats.
Now, to their credit, we did have an audience member recently send us pictures of their cats.
We did.
Yes. Email from a Paper Koopa whose cats are named Maki and Sashimi. So, thank you.
Yes, these are two very good looking cats. I love this sashimi pic under the blanket. It's so good.
He's got this orange hair cat mustache going on one side.
Yeah, this is like a crazy half a mustache look, but he's rocking it.
It's like that one sitcom episode from that one 90s show that was where the guy got halfway done shaving his mustache and he's like, you know what? This is staying. And the guy who was with him was like, it's only half a mustache. He looks back in the mirror, looks back at the guy and is like, it's still saying. Here's the thing. I have no idea what show I'm talking about, but that scene is burned into my memory.
Listeners, if you know what show Joel is talking about, leave a comment on the episode post.
Yeah, email us at literalcatbot@gmail.com with the name of the show.
Yeah, please. All right. I think that's all we have to say about the show.
Yeah, that's all that's important to mention right now, I think.
God, we thought we could keep it together in the mid-roll, but I feel like the...
Nah, sorry. We're adding 10 extra minutes to the runtime of this episode. I'm so sorry.
Well, Joel, how about you tell
Already
them...
so long.
How about you tell them where they can find you online so we can get closer to wrapping this up?
Yeah, sure. You can find me online. Well, you can't find me, but you can find my avatar of Sludge and Tentacle over at Omammer VT. On what social media site? Yes.
You heard it here, folks. New social media site called Yes, going up.
No, the answer to which social media site is it on is yes, as in all of them. Or yes, specifically the one that you're thinking of right now. Your choice.
Hell yeah. You can find Joel in a lot of places. I found him in my cabinet, actually.
You weren't supposed to tell him about that.
All right, well, we can cut that.
Anyway, where can they find you?
You can find me hiding under a bridge in North Manhattan, but you can more easily find me online on Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitch at Avalon Alchemist. I do have a Twitter, but dear God, it's barren. If you want to see me actually post stuff, go to Blue Sky.
Yeah, don't follow me on Twitter either. That shit's locked down. I don't even think you're going to be able to. You'll have to, specifically ask to follow me, and I'm going to say no. Or rather, I'm not going to see your request because I don't check the site anymore.
God, you're better than me, Joel. I have my eyes glued to the dumpster fire that is Twitter.
Nah, I'll hear about anything important on Twitter over on YouTube. It's fine.
Yeah, true. All right. I think that's it for the mid-roll.
Yeah.
So you guys can all get back to the episode where we actually start cat creation.
Welcome, one and all, to Riley Hopkins and their amazing friends, the actual play podcast that steals. What does that mean? That means that we take stories from corporations and come back and tell our own fanfic-inspired actual plays with them. We do things like a Star Wars podcast that takes place 300 years after The Last Jedi. What if any Zoids media was good? We tell stories in those spaces that are better than the ones that the corporations tell us, because we're not fucking cowards. Please, come join us at Riley Hopkins and their amazing friends to hear a plethora of wonderful stories every once in a while on the Moonshot Podcast Network. Riley Hopkins and their amazing friends. Hosted by me, Riley Hopkins.
I am ready to party here. I think Snowbell's the move. I think Snowbell's got clearly the depth needed for this kind of redemption arc. It's hard to say that and not see the picture of Snowbell with the words "evil doer" in the metal font. However, I think this gets the job done. And so I guess what I want to ask you, Joel, as the Snowbell respecter here. My premier Snowbell expert. I think of two playbooks. Snowbell is either the discarded, someone who has been cast aside for the hot new item, or the dark. And I guess your job is to tell me how evil Snowbell is.
Okay, so again, there's 3, maybe 4 Stuart Little movies.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 are animated and not very good, because it's all rotoscope animation.
I see.
But the first 2 at least have characters from the books in them. That's about as closely as the plot gets followed. But
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In Stuart Little 2 and 3, Snowbell is just a decent older brother to Stuart. It's just the first movie where he is the villain who occasionally tries to kill Stuart Little before eventually coming around to him.
I guess I'm just having a lot of trouble getting over the crucifixion, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I am here for this.
Yeah, that's a hard one to forgive people for, but there are characters in I don't want to say fiction because that might make people mad, but there are characters in fiction that can forgive for it.
Steven Universe would be a homies with Snowbell instantly. It does say here under crimes hiring reference. A hitman, and that means he didn't want to get his balls dirty.
Anyway, so let's see. The cruel mentor, liar, manipulator, someone who finds vulnerable people to take under the wing and mold to their own needs is the dark. The displaced is when
the
worlds crash
discarded.
together, they are
One more up from there.
discarded. Not the main character, not the leader. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Someone who has been cast aside by time or person and feels... I think the discarded is probably the better pick here.
I agree. If we're going movie Snowbell, it sounds like the discarded is kind of the ballpark of what we're going with. This wonderful Ira art here of this freak. I love this art on this page a lot.
Yeah, who is this?
These are all OCs or things that have been created from the artists, and so Ira Prince, it's the artist for this art, and it's just absolutely incredible. Like 4 arms, like the glossy style of it.
Oh yeah,
it's so cool. It's so
Dude, yeah,
cool.
This art bangs.
Now, to kind of open this up and kind of start where, like I said, there are stats in this game: light, dark, mastery, heart. The discarded starts with 2 dark links and 1 mastery link. That means there's 1 kind of teacher-student role that Snowbell will have, and there's 2 I hate this guy roles that Snowbell will have. So ending up with a total of a 1 in dark and a 0 in mastery and a -1 in light and heart.
Okay.
All right. So if we want to go off of the first movie specifically, then and we got to have 3 of these.
Dark Link with Stuart, obviously.
Yes.
Dark Link with Stuart. I want to say Dark Link with Smokey and a Mastery Link with, what was Hugh Laurie's character name? Because that was the dad. Frederick Little.
Yes. It's listed here as Frederick's advisor. Snowbell is Frederick's advisor.
You said that would be a heart link or a light link?
That would be the Mastery.
Oh, the Mastery.
Yep.
Hold on.
Mastery
What was his name again?
Frederick.
Frederick.
Frederick Little.
And for formatting purposes, for our purposes, I would put Smokey and Stuart on 2 separate lines, because you can use the links at any point. So like at some point you can call on his hatred of Stuart and spend that to get a little bit of a boost on something, because you can spend a link at any point to re-roll a dice, to roll with advantage, basically. So 2d6, drop the lowest, or you could do it post roll or before a roll. And there's other
Oh my god, I forgot Michael J. Fox voiced Stuart Little.
He absolutely did. Snowbell's Nathan Lane.
Oh my god.
This movie was stacked in terms of cast for 1999.
Yeah, those are huge gets for 1999.
Now, explain some of the other initial moves that Snowbell the Discarded is going to come with here. There's the link move, which is upon meeting somebody, can instantly form a link if it falls into this. You'll instantly just gain 1 to, when you meet somebody, when someone sees through to the real you, gain a dark link with them. That means if somebody sees Snowbell and is like, oh, you're just sad, aren't you? That's an immediate dark link. Just gained, boom, new person on the list. It's like, no, yeah. I actually hate you, and go fuck yourself. Which feels very true to a cat.
Yeah.
And then when you push someone away who could have helped you, make a heart link. And so if someone's like tries to help Snowbell and gets scratched, that's a heart link right there. That's the I see what I want reflected in this person who's reaching out to me, and I'm pushing them away. I'm refusing to learn something about myself right now, but god damn it if I don't see it every second. And then we get to pick 3 playbook abilities on the right side of the screen here.
Okay.
Would you like me to go through them, or would you like...
Yeah, you can go through them if you'd like.
Absolutely. So we're going to be able to pick 3 of these to start. On Level Up, you can pick from literally any book and, have a good time there. But the Discarded's playbook moves are, you can do better than that. Once per session, when someone you have a link with is struggling, you can egg them on and give them lift. Lift is instantly increased from a mixed success to a success, or a failure to a success, or a success to a let's go. I hate +1s in games. I don't want a +1. I want to win. I hate +1 doesn't help me. I have a 5 now, does it?
Oh, you want to bring my 6 up to a 7 so I can get a mixed success even better?
The lift will just...
Well, I mean, a 6 is a failure.
So. Or, well, yeah, 7 to 8. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I follow. I smell what the rock is cooking. The next is feeding you information. When someone you care about betrays you, somebody will tell you about it. Take a dark link with a betrayer, no matter the distance.
So if you're getting flamed online in the Twitter comments,
I will
create a dark
somebody
link.
will snitch tag and be like, "Hey, Snowbell, come take a look at this."
Poop Master 69 is in my DMs talking shit.
I'm talking mad shit right now. Half as long, twice as bright. You can let darkness overcome you to destroy any obstacle. Spend a link and everyone in your party takes 1 harm, but whatever you were facing is gone.
Oh.
Drive form. When using either strike to subdue or strike with intent, you can pick options from the other. Strike to subdue and strike with intent are basic moves in this game. It's what it says on the tin. Are you trying to hurt that person when you're fighting with them? If yes, cool. If no, the other one.
Gotcha.
I know you're out there. You can always know how to find somebody you have a locked link with. I guess that's important to say. Links have 3 different levels. Regular link can be spent and vanishes. These are like oh, I met someone really nice at Discount Tire today. Like that's a temporary link that will fade as soon as you call on that for help. A locked link that will fade to 1, and then you can either fully spend it or it can regenerate. These are like our closer friends and our allies. These are relationships that stick with us. And then you have bonded links, which can never be spent fully. They just change in nature. These are like the best friends you can have, the closest ties you have to an individual. So if I could, I would say a lock link with Stuart Little, but we can't do that off the start. That is not, we have to work our way to that point in the story. But I know you're out there means you will always know how to find someone he has a locked link with. And then there are 3 more moves. That doesn't add up. When someone is trying to lie to you, roll with light. On a 10+, you see through it and can immediately take the upper hand. On a 7 to 9, you get a partial truth, but if you want more, you'll need to fight. And on a miss, they've had enough time to set something in motion. Who are you calling small? When your frustration about being overlooked gets you in trouble, level up. If you admit it's your fault, everyone gains lift to get out of this. And finally, the path to dawn. When you realize something about yourself, reactivate all locked links and roll with dark. On a 10+, recall a memory that was sealed off in your head and gain lift on your next roll. On a 7 to 9, the memory is intense and affects your judgment. Do something brash and dangerous. And on a miss, you remember exactly what they want you to and nothing more. I think about Riku a lot. Riku Kingdom Hearts a lot.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. For Snowbell, for a cat specifically,
The cat.
who are you calling small?
It's a good one.
I think we
Probably.
gotta have that one, right?
Gotta have that.
Yeah,
A cat is small.
cat is small.
That's just true. That's just a true fact about that.
Yeah. What's the max cat size again? 1 second.
Well, we can look up what kind of cat is Snowbell. We can find out more specifically.
Oh, yeah.
here.
Snowbell is a Persian cat.
Yep. Persian cat, which, let's see here. Persian cat max size, 14 to 17 inches in length.
There you go. So actually a little, that's kind of a mid-range cat. Our typical cat lengths are somewhere between 12 and 20 inches.
Is that including like a serval? You know what I mean? Like one of those big guys?
I don't know. I think the biggest cat that we know to count is the Maine Coon, and that would be a 20-inch cat, usually. I actually think Maine Coons can get bigger.
Yeah, they can get huge.
They are big boys. I think either way, there's still a cat living in a person's world, you know what I mean? So who are you calling small still applies to me. That still feels cool.
Yeah.
I'm either looking at that doesn't add up as, you know, this cat knows when he's being lied to about Stuart, about this new member of the family, or half as long, twice as right, because I like the idea of a cat going into a cat rage and going, I'm going to crucify that mouse brother I have.
Okay, technically, Smokey's the one who crucified Stuart Little.
Who hired Smokey? I just have some questions here.
Oh, that was Snowbell.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, Joel, are you saying if somebody hired a hitman to kill somebody, they shouldn't be charged with the crime?
I mean, they probably should, but to Snowbell's credit,
No
he
further
did
questions, Your
stop
Honor.
Smokey.
So wait, if you hire somebody to kill somebody and then you stop them, does that make you a hero or
No, it just makes you... I don't even know, man.
not as bad as you would have been if you would have let them do it?
I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
ineffably true. Like, it is, you aren't as bad as if you stopped it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just right. It still doesn't make it good, but it is right.
It is less bad at best.
I think it's fair to say Snowbell is a reformed villain.
Is a complicated character. Is a complicated... My vote's on half as long, twice as bright.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking feeding you information when someone you care about betrays you. Because, I mean, he felt betrayed by the whole family. That could have been George. That could have been... what was the mom's name?
Mrs. Little. It's a 90s movie.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if that's true or not. That's probably not true.
She probably has a name. One moment. I've still got the villains wiki pulled up here.
Stuart Little's mom's name is Mrs. Eleanor Little.
Eleanor, there we go.
Jennifer Hale in the animated series.
Oh.
Huh.
I think feeding you information would be a great third and final move for Snowbell. I think that makes sense. Just keeping tabs on things, a real vizier kind of situation.
Yeah. Yeah, you said we got 3, right? So yeah, half as long, twice as bright, feeding information, and who are you calling small? Yes, absolutely. It is crazy we didn't go with the... I do understand why we didn't go with the playbook that has the cat as the character art. The familiar would have been a tall order for it. However, I think maybe, movies 2 and 3, you have Snowbell changed to the familiar and have Stuart as the little homie that rolls with Snowbell.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, basically, Snowbell does spend the next 2 movies basically just protecting Stuart.
Then there it is. That's where we can pan to from there. But frankly, that's character creation in this game. We're done. We can run Snowbell now. Snowbell can go out and tackle the world fully. PBTA games, that's baby shit. I love to make a character get in and out real quick. But Snowbell's got a lot of paths for growth in here, not only with the familiar, but maybe we get to the friend. Maybe Snowbell doesn't make up with Stuart and we switch to the memory whose health is their links. If they stop being thought of, they vanish. Like fairy style, Tinkerbell style. We could do a lot with Snowbell.
I feel like being a cat with cat logic, if the cat feels replaced by Stuart Little, then he might dramatically believe that he would cease to exist if his family just forgot about him one day.
Absolutely. I actually have just been struck with a rush of inspiration. And I think we have made a good Snowbell in this game. We made a good Snowbell. But there's another opportunity to enact upon the player the feeling of trying to tell a cat to do anything. There's a playbook in this called the Role Player. This is inspired by like Sans Undertale type thing.
Oh boy.
It's about trying to control somebody who doesn't want to be controlled. It's about you, the player, and the character you're playing do not mesh. Like the character has a mind of their own. And I think you can very well make an actual cat as the role player.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The only question is, which cats?
Any cat. This is having a real life cat. This is opening the door, and this is my friend's cat, Bosley. This is anybody. Any cat you've seen has no one reads these blurbs, I want out. You and I both know that when you play these games, you're tapping into something more. If you play this, I will take the wheel and I will get out of here whether you like it or not. That's just opening the door for a cat. That's opening the door, bringing in groceries when you have a cat.
Oh my gosh, that's so true, though. My cats, literally, every time I bring in groceries, will wait by the door, and they're like, this is our chance. This is our moment.
It. We're out of here. I'm gonna get... But regardless, I step away. We have completed one cat, in my opinion, with, may I say it, not a rule broken. Scantly a rule broken.
We did, in fact, not break a rule.
Now, can our cat destroy things with the power of overwhelming darkness? Yes. However,
absolutely.
I think that's true to the character, as the Villains Wiki has laid out.
Yes. Again, he did hire a hitman to crucify Stuart Little and lock Stuart Little in a active washing machine and a few other things.
And he was voiced by Quentin Flynn in the TV series. Axel?
There was a TV series?
Silver the Hedgehog? Raiden?
Oh my god.
Wait, that's the same guy.
Yeah. Axel, got it memorized? That's him. It's no use! That's him. I'm a sad robot man. That's him.
Is it bad that the only Silver the Hedgehog voice actor that I know is the one from Snapkeep?
That's valid. You're so valid. They don't let Silver out of the house often.
Yeah, no.
See, I just know that he's currently, on the rare occasion that you put him in a game, voiced by the same guy who voiced Nagito Komaeda in English.
Ooh, is that true?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
So you've never played a Danganronpa?
I've never played a Danganronpa. Dang it, Grandpa has not been on my radar.
You're better off that way.
I say fuck it, you bald. What is Joel trying to keep from you?
Disappointments.
You deserve to learn what's in there.
I might watch a Danganronpa playthrough, but I don't think it's something I'd play myself. I don't have that kind of energy. All I know is there's that fuck ass bear in there, and I don't want to deal with him.
In my far off dreams, I see him. That fuck ass bear.
God,
I'm trying to find the list of English cat.
English. I've got him. I found it. His name is Bryce Paperbrook, I believe.
Oh my God, Bryce Papenbrook! No.
Yeah,
dude. Bryce Papenbrook, if you look at his, like, not discography, what is it called? His filmography?
Cat Noir?
Yes, he's Cat Noir! He's Cat Noir and he's fucking Aaron Yeager.
Oh.
Which, if you've watched Miraculous and then you try to watch the dub of Attack on Titan, it just is so unfitting of a voice. Cause okay, listen. Shout out Bryce Papenbrook. You are a very accomplished voice actor. You gotta change your voice a little bit.
Up, big dog.
A little bit when you do different characters. You can't have the fun-loving cat boy who hates his dad sound exactly like a genocidal maniac.
Hey, listen, I haven't watched the latest season. As far as I know, the last I heard about Cat Noir is he may or may not be not real. I'm still figuring that out.
I'm sorry, what? The last thing I saw is that he is real, but I'm trying to remember.
Okay. I haven't watched since the end of the season where like you get fully to Monarch, right? Like Gabriel Gress gets all of the
okay. So you haven't seen that.
Yes. So
okay,
as far as I know, as of theories that were on my table when I was last watching, I got down the new season, was the like, all right, fucking Adrian or like his clone, I can't remember, his like twin or whatever.
Oh, his cousin.
His cousin, yeah, sure. One of them is like one of like the monsters. You know what I mean? Like they.
They think. Okay, so yeah, the theory was that one of them was made from the Peacock Miraculous.
Yes.
Which I think that theory got proven wrong in that season, like after we see Monarch. But the end of the Monarch season is insane. I haven't seen anything after it.
I gotta get it up right now. I gotta pull it down right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't seen the new season because when they ended the one with Monarch, I was like, oh my God, how do they even continue this? And apparently they do. So
who's the baddie now? I'm just excited.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm watching Sailor Moon for the first time and I'm in the Witches 6 section and I'm like, oh, this is just, I get it. I see where they got Gabriel Crest. I see where they pulled him from.
Oh, I am not seeing Sailor Moon, which is a travesty because I am a known watcher of magical girl shows. Miraculous, Ben 10.
But still hasn't played Persona 5.
Persona 5. I've not seen it.
If you're not going to play Persona 5, you're not going to play Danganronpa. That's fair. Those are the same game to me.
Yeah, you know what? In my eyes, there is no difference.
I don't know. Persona 5 does not end in dance. Persona 5 doesn't end in disappointment.
I thought you were going to say dancing.
Danganronpa, every single one does. Now, every Persona game does end in dancing because they make a dance game sequel to every single one of them.
That's
and
incredible.
It's canon.
My gosh.
Are we off their path right now? Do we need to be walked back home? Where are we? What's happening?
I don't think we're recording the same podcast that we were 10 minutes ago.
No, we finished our homework. We're just hanging out now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh man. There was another show recently, because I've had the Ben 10 is a magical girl show take on this podcast many a times.
Let me level this with you. I've never watched Ben 10. I was kind of aged out of it by the time Ben 10 came around, but I'm interested in it. Should I, as a 32-year-old individual, watch Ben 10, and would I gain anything from it? Or should I just allow it to be a blank space in my knowledge?
That is such a tough choice.
So, I'm trying to think of how old you would have been in 2003, was it, when that show started?
I would have been 10 years old, but maybe
you should watch it.
Okay, hell yeah. There we go. That's all I need. I need someone to tell me, you should probably watch it. I
should watch it.
I will access it.
It is a very started in 2003 kind of show.
Yes. Now, here's the problem with trying to watch Ben 10, okay? Mm-hmm. There are 2 or 3 sequel series, I think 2, and then there is a reboot. Do not watch the reboot.
Gotcha. I'm looking for the one in 2005.
Yes, 2005.
2005, and 73 gigs. All right, it's coming down.
So it's technically Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, and then Ben 10 Omniverse. You don't have to watch Omniverse.
Yeah, no. Okay. It is. I am gaining access to it as we speak.
Okay.
Incredible.
Okay.
It will go on the log after I finish actually watching Full Metal Alchemist for the first time.
Oh yeah, definitely finish that one first.
I know of the thing about the Interstitial Infinity is I know Alphonse Elric. I get him. We played the game with end of season Alphonse, so him out of the armor, him just a normal ass guy. And so I'm yeah, I know Alphonse. He's my friend. I spent 20 episodes with Alphonse Elric. Him and Shadow come to an understanding about alchemy. Yeah, I get him. I understand. Now, do I know actually how his story goes? A little, yeah, I get it. He gets his body back. There's the nutrients thing with I understand most of what happens there, but I should probably experience it.
Yeah, that was how I felt about MTV's Scream after listening to Infinity.
Yes. Do I know Audrey Judson? Yeah, that's my friend. Have I ever watched MTV Scream? No. However, I will tell you, if you want to listen about MTV Scream, Dead Teen House Party, I see you pulling up right now, and I know you're about to say, that's not Ghostface. You're absolutely correct. That's not Ghostface. That's the Brandon James killer.
How do they not have access to Ghostface? Ghostface has
important 2 things. First, they were able to get it. They didn't want it.
Oh, okay.
Until season 3 when they lost their cast. I don't actually know what happened between season 2 and 3, but
they got new writers on season 3 and they completely threw out all the original characters and brought in Ghostface. Now, the original pitch for season 3 of MTV Scream was going to be crazy because it was going to be the kind of the show falling apart a little bit, weird jumping the shark things happening. And then season 3 was going to end with the cast walking off the stage of Scream the TV show. And then one of the actors playing themselves was going to be murdered with the Brandon James killer. And then season 4 is the actors in the Scream TV show trying not to be killed.
Oh my gosh, that's too meta. You can't do that.
And is that not true to Scream? You look at me.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
It would have been awesome. I wish they did that instead of just doing a generic Ghostface season.
Cowardly. That's why I got canceled after that. Hey, listen to Dead Teen House Party. Their Scream season's fantastic. And you'll learn a lot about them. But yeah, Bex Taylor Klaus is in this show.
That's Audrey.
Yeah, that's Audrey. And then there's some motherfucker. I think they're in Fall of the House of Usher. I think the main actress. Mm-hmm. But yeah, show's good. I will sit here and continue to find ways to point you at a different Moonshot podcast with whatever you bring up.
It sounds like you got a lot.
Listen, I think we have 50 different podcasters over there. We do streams, we do podcasts. We came from another show network, so we have a bunch of legacy shows as well. Mm-hmm. So if you are looking for some kind of thing, we probably have something to deliver that onto you. And we stream weekly. We do charity events twice a year. In May, we've got when's this coming out?
Let's see. This is currently April, right? So it will come out May. Where's my calendar?
That should be deep enough that I will comfortably announce here in May we are doing a 3-day fundraiser over Memorial Day weekend. called the Moonaissance Fair, which will include such things as a table read of Shrek 2, King of the Castle, many many medieval themed events.
This will come out May 14th.
Yeah. So moonshot.mov or moonshotpods.com/Twitch or twitch.tv/moonshotnetwork. Wherever you want to get to there, you can get to there and watch us and help us raise money for, I believe, the Trans Legal Defense Fund. I need to double check exactly who we're raising money for. I haven't been in the planning committee for this one, but it'll be a 3-day streaming event. As always, an absolute banger.
Nice.
All right. This is the point in the show where you get to plug things. So is there anything else you would like to plug right now?
Absolutely. Yes, you should listen to The Legend of Zelda Rataf. Riley Hopkins and their amazing friends' newest season, Zelda. By the time you hear this, I believe you'll be well out of Goron City. And it is Zelda's so good. I love Legend of Zelda. We built our own Hyrule from the ground up and are rolling through with characters. We are playing Fellowship 2nd Edition, and I am the GM, so I'm playing the Overlord, the big villain of our Zelda season, Queen Zelda. And it kills. It's so good.
We made a squire in Fellowship.
Oh, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. That game, it took me a second to learn it, but once I clicked with how the GM rules worked, how the Overlord moves worked, I was like, oh, there's nothing cooler than when taking the move that's the next time you meet with the Fellowship, take one of them out, ask for volunteers. Asking for volunteers is the hardest shit in the world. That's so cool.
That rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to just share with you an image. This is an unannounced season, but we just got the art back and I'm really excited about it. So it's the one that's going to be coming up next, probably in July. And this also kind of hammers home on wow, these crews can get really weird. This right here, you will see an image of
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
I'm not taking any questions at this time.
Is that somebody? I know that art style. Is that somebody from Total Drama Island?
I see your thought process. No, but that is Nancy Drew drawn in that style. Absolutely.
Okay.
Next to Phone Bone, next to Johnny Dollar, and next to a tulpa of ancient Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks, all served at a little restaurant by a man named Dexter Jetster.
This is incredible. This is human art at its finest.
And this is what playing Interstitial can get you. With a little bit of love in your heart, a little bit of adventure.
And a little bit of cringe that you need to set free.
You need to kill that part of you. At the beginning of this podcast, you said you wrote fanfic and you backed away from that. And I'm here to hold your hands and carry you back to Archive of Our Own and say, no, 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 no. You write.
Maybe one of these days I will finish it. And if not, maybe one of these days I will publish it. Either way.
That's beautiful. People are so nice. People are so nice when you release stuff. Let me tell you. I wrote Shadow Amy fanfic this year, and people have been so kind about it.
That's incredible. I love that so much.
You can do anything. You can dream it. You can do it. On Blue Sky at badfuckingpodcasts.com. No G. Go to buy my games at mymothercangotohell.com or revrybread.itch.io.
Could I get you to post those links in the chat here real quick?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll make sure they end up in the show notes.
Those are some great domain name choices. Just
I refresh one of them every year on Mother's Day.
I can't imagine which one that is. that you gotta refresh.
It's probably badfuckingpodcast.com, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Oh man.
There they all. I'll put my Tumblr on here too. Why not? Fuck it, we ball. You want to see me at the most cringe? I'll put my money where my mouth is. Use my Tumblr.
I love that. You gonna drop that AO3 link? Just kidding. You don't have to do
it right
that.
Now. I'll do it right now. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Hey, you'll see all of them on Tumblr, but let's go dashboard. Let's scroll down. Let's go to the sacred geometry of chance and drop it right there. That's right. It's named after a Sting in the Police song. She plays the cards as a meditation.
All right, just gonna tab that for later.
Godspeed.
All right, and Avalon.
What's
you want to close us out here with a cat pun?
Let me see if I have one. Oh my god.
Easy cat pun. 420 Blaze the Cannon.
I don't think I'm going to come up with a better one than that.
All right, now, Avalon, I do need a take of you saying it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can't end the show.
All right, we're recording this on April 15th, which means in 5 days it'll be 420. So absolutely, 420 blaze the cat it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for listening. I'm amazed if you actually made it this far.
They stopped listening around the 40-minute mark.
That's right when we got into the cat noir. That's right when we got into the good shit.
It's like that picture of the two miners and one of them turns back before he's about to hit the timer. The people that already look at.
Absolutely. 90% of podcast listeners give up right before it gets good.
Right before they hit the joke that's in the title.
This is why you never skip the post-credits sequence.
Exactly.
You've been here for 30 minutes. We entered the show, and then 30 minutes later, you hear this. I'm in your fucking wall.
All right. Anyway, we probably should actually end the show now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.